All right, here we have the Squier debut Stratocaster that is Amazon exclusive. So let's start and cut right to the chase and answer the question that you all want to know, is whether or not this is a good guitar to buy for beginners. And I would say yes. The one I received, I didn't see any major problems with it. And as I say that, I just want to mention that the quality can vary from guitar to guitar. So I got an example that is pretty much, spot on in all the adjustments that it needs. And there's just a little bit of adjustments that I could make to make this a better guitar. But I'll start with the good. The frets look pretty clean, pretty nicely polished. They don't look like they're going to be overly scratchy when you play them. The finish looks nice. This is a nice satin finish. I got the red one. Everything overall looks very good to the eye. All the electronics functioned as they should. Yeah, so it's a good looking guitar and it played fine. The action height was actually right around 2 millimeters on the bass and about 1.9 on the treble, which is about where I like it. You could lower it down if you wanted to, but for a beginner, I wouldn't say that that's necessary at all. The one adjustment on this is the truss rod adjustment. The relief is slightly high. I measured it at about 16 thousandths, and you want it at about 8 thousandths. And it's a pretty easy adjustment, and it's only going to take maybe a quarter turn of the truss rod, tightening it up to lower that down to about 8 thousandths. So I'm going to go ahead and make that adjustment and then talk about before I do that, I'll just talk about maybe the not so good points. The fingerboard is a little bit dry looking. It might be hard to see it on camera, but that's pretty typical. I see that on a lot of guitars, even expensive ones. These will sit in different levels of humidity as after they're manufactured and when they're shipped, and sometimes your fretboard can dry out, but that's an easy enough fix. I just use this Fender fingerboard remedy, and I'll do that as well in this video and show you the before and after. You might be able to see that's kind of a little light looking, a little whitish looking, dry looking. The other thing is I noticed a little bit of finish issues on the back, just some little dots on there. Not a big deal, but it isn't perfect paint on the back. But again, these are coming in at $119 and free shipping. So with that in mind, I would say the quality that I received, considering the price, is excellent. And for a beginning guitarist, you couldn't ask for anything more. It's a guitar that they'll be able to play right out of the box. It's on the same level as like the Bullet Stratocasters or the Sonic ones or the Affinity ones. A lot of these issues that I'm seeing, you'll see on all of them on the entry level. It's just because the manufacturers can't pay that much attention to detail at this price point. But all that considering, they did a great job on this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to adjust this truss rod, get that down to about 8 thousandths, take off the strings, oil the fretboard, and it should be, I would say, 99% better. All right, I'm going to do that, and then I'll talk to you after I'm done. Yeah, so that only took about a quarter turn, and now it went from 16 thousandths down to 8 thousandths at the 6th fret. And then to do that, you just put a capo on the 1st fret, use your feeler gauge under the 6th while you hold down the 15th fret. All right, on to the fretboard conditioning. And I don't know if you could notice from that distance how quickly the fretboard darkened up, but from here I can really see it. I'll get you a close-up here in a second after I wipe off all this excess. Much nicer looking now. And it'll feel a lot better too when your fingers have a little bit of a smoother surface and not a dry surface that it kind of wants to stick to. One thing, if you do buy this fingerboard remedy and you use it, and you use quite a bit, make sure to get in on the edges of here. You don't want any of that extra soaking in under your frets and causing problems later on. And the way I did this is I just loosened up each peg 10 times, 10 revolutions with a string winder, and then just taped it around the back so I can work on it without having to take the strings completely off of the guitar and ruin a set of strings. But I'll try to edit in a back-to-back or before and after of what the fingerboard looks like before I conditioned it with the fingerboard remedy. But it's much darker, and it'll give a much smoother feel when you're playing it. There we go. That's good. String her back up and tune it. A little piece of painter's tape to hold the strings behind the neck. Yeah, and just a little trick to do it, I count to 10 revolutions, so when I tighten it back up, I can get it back very close to pitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Just do that for each one. They won't be exact, but it'll be pretty close. Tune it back up. And one other thing I'd suggest if you are buying this for beginners, to buy one of these Super Snark tuners as well. Every beginner is going to need a tuner. There we go. All right, all back in tune. And let's get a close-up of that fretboard so you can kind of see the difference here, what it looks like now. And then I'll show you what it looked like before. And then I'll splice in the before shot. Yeah, that looks a lot better, and it feels a lot smoother. And as you can see, the frets, they actually did a pretty good job on there. They're not tarnished like a lot of guitars I see at this price point, even at higher price points. So in the end, I would say, you know, for this price point, if you're buying a guitar for a beginner and this is your budget, I think it's a good deal. And maybe there might be some minor adjustments you need to make it better, but even right out of the box, it was a playable guitar. So I thank you for watching my video. Check out the description down below for any of the links for the stuff that I talk about in the video, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks. Bye.